Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to PCCS's EmPower Hour, where we have members of the community coming together to help reconfigure humankind. My name is Alyssa DeGusto.
And as always, I'm Kevin Roman.
And we're here today to have three special guests from the Staten Island Developmental Disabilities Council. As always, our good friend, Marissa Corio. We have our friend Eric and our friend Rosalind here today to talk about the SIDDC and their experiences. So welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello.
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 Hi, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. Just to dive in, do you guys want to tell us a little bit about yourselves?
I guess I'll start first. My name is Eric Goldberg. A little summary about myself. I'm involved with the DDSO Willowbrook. Well, to get started, I am a co-chair of the Willowbrook Committee. I'm also on the DDSO for Council as a co-chair of Willowbrook Legacy. So I do that. I do that as well as the DDSO. I'm on the executive board as well, and I'm a DDSO active member.
Awesome.
Fantastic. And Rosalind, you want to tell us about yourself?
Yes, my name is Rosalind Glassberg. I'm currently living with my husband, and I live in my own apartment with my husband, and I am currently working at CP Unlimited, and I enjoy it.
That's fantastic. And Marissa?
Hi, everyone. I am Marissa Corio. I have been in the field for about 9 years now, and I am currently the Information and Outreach Coordinator for the SIDDC, along with the Family Support Services Advisory Council here on Staten Island.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marissa. So let's dive right in. Eric, let's start with you. Can you tell us a little bit about your, getting a little bit more specific about your role at the Staten Island Developmental Disabilities Council?
Yes. I joined the Developmental Disabilities Council in, I want to say 2016 of September. And the reason I joined is because, I became a co-chair on the Willowbrook Committee. I was going to a lot of meetings about Willowbrook. And it took an interest in my heart about Willowbrook because the way the government is going now, we're heading towards that. So I became very interested, went to all the meetings, and they asked me to be on the DDSO Council as a co-chair with Diane Buglioli because Lorraine had stepped down. So that's how generally I got started on the DDSO, and yeah, that's my stick. Yes.
That's great. So Eric, for those who don't know Willowbrook, can you give us a little bit of background about?
Well, Willowbrook was an institution that was formated in the 1960s, I believe, and then the final members of Willowbrook left in 1987. And basically, what Willowbrook was more or like an institution. It was geared originally when it opened to be sort of a supportive place, a caring place. But in essence, what they did is they cut money to funding, and it became an institutionalized kind of facility. Being on the Willowbrook committee, I've heard and I've read stories and know that people were, I don't want to be graphic, but people were abused there and weren't treated properly, and were, can give you perfect examples of that. We did a video on Willowbrook. We actually interviewed the parents of the original Willowbrook, a couple of the parents about, I want to say 2-3 months ago on the Willowbrook Mile Committee, and that was, before I jump to that, we are in conjunction with the college now to make the Willowbrook Mile. So that's how we interviewed some of the parents, and their stories were very horrifying. I mean, a couple of examples was one of the doctors of Willowbrook. We had a doctor plus a number of parents on there, said that somebody had a problem with their tooth. And normally, if you have a problem with your tooth or something like that, they give you Novocaine to numb it. And the doctor with this person said, the doctor says, I no give Novocaine. I just do it like this. And this other person who was there, who's now on the, who was one of the people talking with the parents, said, no, you got to give them Novocaine. No, we don't give Novocaine. Just deal with it. So she literally said to him, unless you give them Novocaine, you can't do this. And I think eventually they did. But, that's one of the stories. Another story is when they used to, the severely disabled, when they used to feed them, they used to shove food down their throat. So that's going back around, I never want to see that happen again in this era. And I can tell you right now, I don't mean to toot the drums here, but with the way the government and the United States is going, we're heading towards that. So I'm trying to make every effort that we don't head back that way. And that's why I'm deeply involved with Willowbrook.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. It's great to have people that have so much heart in the cause too. So that's really great, Eric. So now tell us a little bit about your personal experiences and like, who are you? Did you go to school? What do you do on a daily basis?
Yes, I am. As you introduced me before, I'm Eric. I'm not shy about saying my age. I'm in my mid-30s. I'll leave it at that.
Same. Yes.
There you go. A little bit about myself. Well, do you want a whole overview, or do you want to just?
Sure.
Okay.
Anything you want to share?
Yeah, I'll give you this the way I got to where I am now. An overview. Let me start here. I originally joined the Melissa Riggio program. I'll start with that avenue first. In 2009, I took college classes, non-accredited, and had some wonderful professors, two of which, that were really superb, one of which I had in my first semester. So that was good. And, basically what the Melissa Riggio program is to learn, to take college classes and, even though you don't get credit, to get that whole college feel. Also, the other aspect of the Melissa Riggio program, which I picked up, was when we would not have classes, we would all hang out together. And I became friends with a lot of the students that were in the program with me. So that's a little bit about the Melissa Riggio. Now, once I did graduate the Melissa Riggio program, I love working with preschoolers, whether it be 3, 4-year-olds, etc. And since I was 18, I've been volunteering at the JCC, at other preschools. So in essence, what happened was, while I was in the Melissa Riggio program, I actually got a paid job in a preschool, special needs preschool. And the requirements in order to work in a preschool went up that says you need to have a high school diploma. So they needed to lay me off. So once I graduated the Melissa Riggio program, I said, I never got my high school diploma in school, and I'll touch about that later if there's time. But I said I need to get my GED. Otherwise, I'm not going to have a career for myself. So in essence, what I did is I went through the continuing education department at the time at the College of Staten Island. They assessed me. They gave me a test. I passed. So I was then in the GED program. And even there, I had some wonderful, wonderful teachers, one of which, I'm highlighting the really, really good ones. When I went into the GED program, my grade level of reading was a 2nd grade level. And that one semester with that GED teacher, my grade level came up to an 8th grade reading level. So, those are the teachers I really, really accredited everything to. And anyway, I then, that same year, I took the test, took the GED test to get the GED. I passed everything in one shot except for the math. Math is not my strong point. So it took another couple of years, constant tutors. I had tutors tutors from here, from there. I even had a previous teacher in high school as a tutor. And eventually I was able to pass the math portion in July of 2014 and got my GED. That then led into going into getting hired about a year and a half later, first as an internship to see if they wanted me at the JCC. Then they hired me the following year. I was then in the JCC preschool with the three-year-olds. Unfortunately, the following year, I had to go with the 2-year-olds because they started institutionally putting in 3K and all, so, I need to pass more tests in order to do 3K. So, yeah, I was then in the 2-year-old room, and then COVID hit, as we all know it, last year, and I got laid off for a time from March of last year, and I should be going back this coming September. So that's basically about that scenario. A little bit about myself, a little history about myself. I haven't always been this active or what's the word I'm looking for? Active or talkative, not talkative, but active and active and what's the word I'm looking for? Active and trying, I guess, is the word to make it a little easier. When I grew up, I had some severe issues. Just a little bit about it. Stimming, flapping, that kind of thing. And I think it took until I actually got into the Melissa Riggio program for me to make friends, go out in the community, and be more social. So, yeah, that's an overview about me. I also have Crohn's disease. I've had 2 surgeries for that. One in 2010 in the city at Mount Sinai. A really severe case of Crohn's at the time. I almost, because they didn't know how bad it was when I was getting treated elsewhere. So when I was there for the surgery, I almost died from it. Luckily, I had a great surgeon who saved my life. I was on a ventilator for a couple of days, didn't know if I would live. And then it came back in 2015, so I had a second surgery. So that basically covers everything. Let me just hit on the high school, the school thing again. The reason I did not get a high school diploma is because when I was going through intermediate school, I was struggling with my anxiety, etc. And my mom said, let's put him in a non-academic region-bound program. So I wound up in a basic program, which was a work-study program. And all through high school, you know how teachers are. They said, no, this is a good program for you, etc. Lo and behold, my last year of high school, I had a very good teacher who believed in me, and a para as well, who said, you know what, Eric, you're not going to get anything out of this. Go into the academic program so you could at least get a high school diploma. And by that point, I was 18 years old, and my Crohn's had really started to, I guess, format, and I was too sick to do it. So that's why later on I had to go through the whole GED thing. I hope that covers it for everybody. If you guys have questions, I'm free to answer.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing all that, Eric. And honestly, your story is so fantastic. You're giving your teachers that credit, but honestly, you deserve that credit. You really persevered, and that's incredible. We love to hear a nice success story like that. So, we're really happy to have you. And, the SIDDC, the Willowbrook Committee, they're thrilled to have you. So that's fantastic. And thank you.
Thank you.
So Rosalind, we're gonna move on to you and kind of hear about you and your story. So can you tell us a little bit about you?
I'm married, as I said before. I'm currently at work. I work for Security Doc, and I'm basically a scanning clerk who does a lot of scanning for my job and other people in the community who don't have the opportunity to do basic daily things like go to work. And this is why I kind of kind of took an interest in helping people. Excuse me. I also help my coworkers when they need help because they're not as fortunate as I am. But let me just give you a little history about myself. Um, I came into United Cerebral Palsy when I was 23 years old, and I started going to different programs that didn't suit me, and they kept putting me in all these different types of programs, schools, and OTC, which I really didn't accomplish anything. So when I finally did get to where I am today, I was much more happier and suitable for my job that I owe a lot of things to my agency about me getting to where I am today. And um, some things are difficult for me to do, but I just keep on pushing. And that's one of the reasons why I joined the outreach committee, because I wanted to help people and help people be more like myself. Yes, it does get difficult, but we have to keep on pushing and learning how to do more for ourselves. And I just want to touch on COVID a little bit. That last year was a difficult year for both me and my husband because we were we were in a difficult situation where I had to be home alone for 5 days without him. And of course, that was a difficult thing for me because I'm I'm not ever alone without my husband. So with that being said, I learned to cope with different things. Sometimes things that help me get through it is my husband, because sometimes I do tend to get upset about different things in my life. It's not easy to have somebody doing things for you that you wish you could do for yourself. And it's basically not an easy stretch because we still are in COVID, and I'm not liking the changes, but I'm getting used to it. Hopefully we'll be out of COVID real soon, because it's not only difficult for me, it's difficult for people all around the world. Things are not the way they used to. We can't go out as much, and um, it's basically um, difficult for all of us.
Yeah.
But again, another story of perseverance, and look, you made it out through the really tough stuff, and you're still here to talk about it. So it's glad to hear that.
It's a good thing that we could all help each other in this crisis that we're in, but we just got to keep pushing and knowing that people like Kevin and Alyssa, help us to be better people.
Oh, thank you, Roz. That is wow. Thank you so much. I needed that today. Thank you. But honestly, it's so true. That's what this is all about, is coming together and seeing the spaces that we can help, where we can, and what our capabilities are, and just being a good human ultimately at the end of the day. So that's great. And I'm glad to hear that despite the hardships, you're here to talk about it. So that's fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Rosalind. So Marissa, our good friend Marissa, hello. So Marissa, can you tell us, for those who are watching, those who are interested, how can a self-advocate become a part of the SIDDC?
Sure. So I'm going to share my screen in 1 second to show you guys. I just want to touch on what both of you guys said. Eric, first of all, it's off topic, but math, same. High school and college, the anxiety that it brought to my life and, set me back so very much. And I had to pay all this extra money because I couldn't pass the math class. So I'm very happy that you and I are both at a place in our lives where we don't need algebra anymore. And
Me too.
Just leave that in the past. So yeah, we're in the same boat there. And Roz, what you said, we have to keep pushing. Those are such strong words. We all have to keep pushing. To bring it back to what Eric said, we're not going back. And all of us have to come together as one to let the state know that we're not going to tolerate it. For our loved ones and for ourselves, we're never going to go backwards. So we have to just keep treading forward and come together. Great job, both of you. And it was really interesting learning a little bit more about you guys. So now I'm going to share my screen just to show you how to become a self-advocate, or if there's anyone on here watching who is interested in a different type of membership, I'm going to share my screen right now so I could show you how to do that. Let me know if you guys see what I'm, the SIDDC page.
Yep, we're all good.
So this is www.siddc.org, which we can put in the chat. Here you can find a list of committees. If you're watching right now and you're interested in, maybe something else other than advocacy, you could find a list of our committees here, which there are 12 standing committees. Really, anywhere you are in your life, you could kind of hop on one of the committees and learn, and grow from. And all of the co-chairs are listed here if you want to contact anybody. So now to the join page right here. So you simply visit our website, click join. And here we go. So we have self-advocate and non-voting self-advocate. So there's a couple of non-voting options, which means basically that you don't vote on particular SIDDC matters. I believe it's every 2 years. Eric could correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, every 2 years there's a re-election for.
So for election purposes, you may want to pay the $10 so you could have a voice in things that are changed within council. But if not, we have a fee waived option right here. So a non-voting self-advocate would just click that and bring you down here, and you simply fill out your information. We wanted to keep agency name here. I understand not everyone is affiliated with an agency. If you're not, you could simply just write, no agency. But if you are, and you want to, let people know that you're either in a group or an agency, you could write the agency name right there. Again, job title, that's only if it applies. And you just fill out the information like so. Membership status, if you're new or if you are renewing, and anything else here, if you would like to serve on a specific committee. And after that, you're just going to press submit, and that's how you become a self-advocate through SIDDC. So any questions while I'm on the page?
Looks like everyone's kind of self-explanatory, and the website looks fantastic. So great job, Marissa. Oh, Marissa, you're muted. Let's see. Let's unmute you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. And if you have any questions at all, I'm going to put my email in this chat. You shouldn't have any issues. It should be pretty seamless at this point. We've been working on it pretty thoroughly, the website, to have it functioning now that we're all virtual. And if you have any questions, my email will be in the chat box.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. So guys, I want to thank you, all three of you, so much for joining us today. We love our friends from the SIDDC, and we would love to have you guys come back. So make sure to stay in touch. With that said, I want to thank you. And as more comments are rolling in, we will be sure to reach it back out. We did get one comment thanking Eric and Rosalind from our friend Melissa. Thank you for sharing your story. You both did an amazing job today, and you both have so much that you've accomplished and should be proud of. So that is fantastic, and we will be sure to include Marissa's contact information for those of you who are interested in, with questions, being a part of the SIDDC, navigating the website. It's right here, and it's also featured in the comments. So again, I want to thank you all for joining us, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.